This evening, high-speed police pursuit results in 1 rescue and 4 arrests. Significant improvements were made to Meadow Bank Wharf following President Ali's unexpected visit last month. Jeremy Roach remanded for Owen Young's murder. In the region, Brazil, rising persecution against Afro-Brazilian religion, and internationally, fires and drought cause chaos across Europe. Welcome to another broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Updates. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Less than a month after President Dr. Irfaan Ali made a surprise visit to the Meadow Bank Wharf on the East Bank, fisher folks are now witnessing significant improvements at the facility. They are now able to take advantage of improved lighting and security at the facility. A total of 17 new lights were installed, 9 were placed around the structure, 5 in the courtyard, and 3 along the main entry road. A police outpost was also set up to increase security at the site. The transformation results from commitments made by the president during his visit. His thorough assessment was a response to the complaints he received via letters from stakeholders who frequented the facility. The new features at the Fish Wharf form part of a long-term master plan established to ensure a conducive working and shopping environment for hundreds utilizing the facility. Additionally, illegal stalls were dismantled and workers relocated to have a smoother flow of operation. Other developmental works include the establishment of 18 stalls for vending within the confines of the Greater Georgetown Fishermen's Co-op. Accordingly, the project for the construction of washroom facilities is out for tender. Regular checks are also being made to the facility twice weekly by officers at the Fisheries Department. Meanwhile, during his previous visit, President Ali noted that the fisheries industry is critical for Ghana and adds to the overall social and economic development of the nation. The government has budgeted some $743.7 million in 2022 for the development of this subsector. Esther Sobers explains in this report that a taxi driver was rescued from the trunk of his car after robbers kidnapped him amid a high-speed police chase.
Swift action by the ranks of the Ghana Police Force led to the rescue of a taxi driver from the trunk of his car after being abducted by robbers. According to police reports, sometime around 3 a.m. this morning, the Breakdown Operations Center received a call of a robbery that had taken place on Lamaha Street in Georgetown using a white alien motor car with a license plate PSS 2705 and people inside. As a result of the report, anti-crime patrols in Region 4A were alerted and swiftly intercepted the vehicle with 4 occupants. Police on patrol observed the car driving along the Agricola Access Road before proceeding south on the public road. The police patrol attempted to intercept the vehicle, but the driver sped away, causing the police to pursue it. The car turned into Hunter Street at a fast rate of speed and was about to reach Mandela Avenue when the driver lost control and slammed into the northern barriers, bringing it to a halt. The 4 occupants attempted to flee the scene. However, they were subsequently intercepted and arrested by the anti-crime patrol ranks. The suspects have been identified as Raul Franklin, a known character to the police, Andrew New Year, Hamza Samuels, and Emmanuel Hale. A pistol with a magazine containing 3 live rounds were discovered at the scene. Meanwhile, Joshua Singh, a cab driver, was discovered by the ranks locked in the trunk of the car. Joshua Singh told ranks that he was working taxi with the said car at a taxi base in Vicelos Railway Embankment when 3 of the suspects approached him with a gun and told him to get out of the vehicle. He became afraid for his life and complied, as the men ordered him into the car's trunk and locked him there until he was rescued. Ranks also recovered from motor car PSS 2705 8 cellular phones, 1 laptop computer, and a female purse. Franklin and Andrew are receiving medical treatment under police supervision, while the other 2 suspects are in custody. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. President Dr. Irfaan Ali is calling on the European Union to implement systems to issue Schengen visas here. According to President Ali, Ghana is strategically positioned in the modern world and enjoys the confines of many investors. Therefore, business as usual is not an option. He emphasized the value of face-to-face interaction while calling for the process to be expedited. A Schengen visa is a short-stay visa that allows a person to travel to any members of the Schengen area, such as Germany, Austria, Belgium, France, and Greece, among others, for a stay up to 90 days for tourism or business purposes. It is the most common visa for Europe and enables its holder to enter, travel within, and leave the Schengen zone from any of the member countries. There are no border controls within the Schengen zone. The president made the call as the European Union and Ghana began the process for the establishment of a Chamber of Commerce in the country, marking 50 years of cooperation. At present, Guyanese are required to travel to a European embassy in Suriname or Trinidad to obtain Schengen visas to travel to any of the EU member states. Nevertheless, the president urged that the Chamber of Commerce be used to change the scale of business in Guyana and move away from just conducting transactions. He said the economic partnership agreement with the EU has tremendous advantages not only for Ghana but the CARICOM region by tapping into the EU market. President Ali listed a few sectors that investors can invest in, including food security, energy security, climate change, and eco-tourism. Stick around after the break. Ministry of Health will soon begin offering free health screenings to school children, and Jeremy Roach remanded for Owen Young's murder.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Ruimveldt or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Mourant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure. always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. With schools scheduled to be reopened in September, school children in Guyana will soon benefit from free health screening as the Ministries of Education and Health refine screening protocols for implementation soon. This was announced by Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, who said the screening would be done at various intervals in the child's school life to ensure a clean bill of health. The program aims to ensure that the nation's children are offered preventative care and opportunities for a healthy lifestyle through early detection of any health-related issues. The ministry will also be working with several partners on a program to reduce teenage pregnancy. Also among the Ministry of Health's plan for young people is the introduction of a program to foster healthy lifestyles, which includes promoting healthy eating habits and exercise. The ministry is hoping that the initiative will prevent chronic and non-communicable diseases later in their life. One of the suspects accused of fatally stabbing Owen Young during a dispute appeared in court to face murder charges. Mr. Sobers has more details.
25-year-old Jeremy Roach was remanded to prison for the murder of a perseverance man when he appeared in the Diamond Grove Magistrate Court on Wednesday, August 17, 2022. Roach appeared before Principal Magistrate Judy Lochman and was not required to plead to indictable charge that he killed 20-year-old Owen Young. The court heard that on August 13, 2022, at Sorrel Drive in Perseverance, Young got into a heated argument with Roach and another male. Roach armed himself with a knife and stabbed Young in his right side neck. Young was escorted to the Diamond Diagnostic Center where he was pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor. Roach and the other male later surrendered to the police in the company of a lawyer. However, Roach was the only one charged. Principal Magistrate Lochman subsequently remanded Roach to prison and the matter was adjourned. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go way after the break. Fires and drought cause chaos across Europe, and Sierra Leone redenominates its currency in hopes to reset the economy.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Ruimveldt or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Mourant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Good girl forget things.
Who's
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Religious persecution is increasing in Brazil against people who practice Afro-Brazilian faiths. Al Jazeera's Monique Yannick reports.
This is a candomblé ritual, a religion brought to Brazil by African slaves. It survived centuries of persecution and discrimination before gaining acceptance. But as October's presidential election approaches, many of its followers feel like they've become targets in a holy war.
Hostilities increase when you mix politics with religion. Our temples have been attacked by the growing number of radical evangelical Christians. It's a battle for souls, for power and for votes.
Protestant Christian evangelicals are Brazil's fastest growing religious group. They have become a strong force in politics and the media. The evangelicals include President Jair Bolsonaro's wife, Michele, and say they're defending the Bible and traditional family values.
Bolsonaro was chosen by God.
Followers of Afro-Brazilian faiths say the evangelicals are also driving a culture of intolerance as the election approaches. The First Lady shared this video on social media. It shows Bolsonaro's main adversary, former President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, being blessed by a priestess, and compares him to a devil worshipper. Last year, Brazilian authorities received 586 complaints of religious intolerance, 141% more than in 2020. In 9 out of 10 cases, the targets were followers of Afro-Brazilian religions. This woman was forced at gunpoint to destroy her temple. Edson is a candomblé practitioner. He makes his living as an Uber driver catering specially to people who feel oppressed because of their faith.
I know how my passengers feel because I've been there. I've had Uber riders cancel the ride when they saw me dressed in my ceremonial clothes. In the bus, people make you uncomfortable by inching away from you.
He drives fellow candomblé faithful to their ceremonies and shows them sanctuaries like this park where they can feel safe.
Until recently, it was common to find offerings to spiritual entities of the Afro-Brazilian religions like this one on the crossroads or on beaches of Rio de Janeiro and other urban cities. This one has food and it has perfume and candles. But every time more, the followers of these religions are going to secluded places like this forest because they're afraid they'll be persecuted or that their offerings will be destroyed.
Meanwhile, followers of Afro-Brazilian religions continue to beat their drums and call on their saints, asking for protection and peace. Monica Yanakiev, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
Internationally, scientists are warning that the ongoing drought in Europe could be the worst in 500 years, but extreme rainfall is also causing chaos as parched lands cannot absorb the water in some areas, leading to more flooding. Al Jazeera's Nadeem Baba reports.
Firefighters retreating briefly in southeastern Spain. They're trying to stop the flames from reaching houses in the Val de Ebo area near Valencia. The huge fire began when lightning struck at the weekend. Fueled by strong winds, it's forced hundreds of people from their homes. So far this year, Spain's had almost 400 wildfires, and they've already destroyed more than 3 times the area consumed by flames in 2021. They've been fueled by heat waves and drought conditions that scientists attribute to climate change. In Germany, the drought means you can see so-called hunger stones at various sections of the River Rhine. Centuries ago, they were placed on dry river beds and marked to warn future generations their exposure could signal famine. Over in France, the country's longest river, the Loire, looks like this. A record drought has cut the river flow to a trickle, meaning in places people can almost walk from one shore to the other.
Eh ben moi, ça m'attriste. Ça m'attriste parce que je suis née dans le village.
It makes me sad because I grew up here and I've never seen it like that. Before, we could go to the waterholes over there with the children and fish.
Scientists are warning that low river levels across France are a sign that can't be ignored.
Le changement climatique est en cours, c'est indéniable.
Climate change is underway, it's undeniable, and that compels us to rethink our rules for sharing water resources. We must understand that we're all affected. Water is a common good, and every one of us will have to rethink our behavior.
Where the rain has finally arrived, like here in Paris, it's badly needed, but Europe's having to get used to heavier downpours. Travellers on the metro had to contend with flooded stations. Météo France reported that 1 month's worth of rain fell in the space of an hour.
They've had to smash the back window.
And the skies also opened in London, with parts of the UK capital experiencing flash flooding. Thunderstorms are expected in England and Wales, and with the dry soil almost impenetrable in areas, people are being warned to watch out for further flooding. Nadeem Barber, Al Jazeera.
And finally, Sierra Leone is denominating its currency in an attempt to reset the economy. The central bank has removed 3 zeros and reprinted Sierra Leone notes, saying this will reduce the volume of cash people carry around and related risks. Al Jazeera's Ahmad Idris reports.
After some confusion, businesses are slowly adjusting to the new leones. The country's central bank says the redenomination of Sierra Leone's currency has been necessary.
So the magic of redenomination is that when you take those zeros away, people start thinking that they are poorer than they actually are. And as a result of that, they will bargain more when they go to buy goods and services. That should put a lid on prices a little bit.
Some economists say the idea can only work if government doesn't return to the policies that led to the collapse in the value of the money in the first place.
The central bank says redenominating the leone will significantly reduce the amount of cash people and businesses carry around and the risks that go with that. But critics say removing 3 zeros from the currency won't show up its value.
Critics say previous monetary policy in Sierra Leone hid the realities of the economy by adding zeros to the currency. As a result, the leone lost its value and inflation worsened. The governor of the central bank says the decision was tough to make, given the cost of printing new notes and taking the old ones out of circulation.
I would not have done this at this time. But the cost to the economy, the cost in reserves to the central bank, as we kept on a monthly basis putting out dollars to give to people who were hoarding leones, to bring it into the system so that the economy can keep going. Doing that for a foreseeable future, we would have wasted our entire reserves.
Some banks and business people say the public response and acceptance of the new currency has been encouraging.
This no one make it more easy for us because you can have 50 million. You can go with the 50 million without afraid of thieves to follow you because you can even put it in your bag. But as for the whole money, you can fill the whole bag and also you can put some in plastic. So that will give a lot of risks to the thieves around.
In 2020, the central bank spent $68 million shoring up the leone. Now it isn't saying how much the initiative will cost, but it will be hoping it will rally the currency and the economy. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Freetown, Sierra Leone.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2's Headline News Updates. Tune in on Friday at 5:30 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.